Hello, my fellow YouTubers. How's everybody doing this day? Well, I'd like to go over some tips and tricks of things that I've decided to do for 2019 and some strategies that I'm looking at that could help you out in whatever endeavor you're trying to partake in. So, whatever you're trying to do, whether it's lose weight or increase your business, here's some ideas that I've started to implement this year and it has thus far worked for me. So, what's 2019? What will it hold for you this in store for this year? Here's some thoughts, but before moving forward, let me address the elephant in the room. A lot of the times I like to use this picture as an illustration. The reason why I like to use this picture is because many a times we find ourselves being our own worst enemy because we're conditioned to thinking and hearing negative thoughts that we're not going to advance or learn or do anything in our life. So basically, just like this elephant was raised in a circus, this picture that I have here, you see him tied to a rope there. Now, the elephant, and when it's its full size, it weighs thousands of pounds. At any given time, it can break that rope and run away and escape. But since it's been conditioned as a young elephant being tied by the rope, it thinks in its mind that it can't break off from those things that are holding it back and move forward in life. We're the same way as human beings. We condition ourselves by the thoughts that people give us that we can't achieve and go to that next level, whether it's to grow your business or lose 20 pounds or whatever it may be. We are always addressing the elephant in the room. Proven strategy. Here, many of us have hurdles to overcome, whatever it may be. Here's an illustration of the 4-minute mile when it was broken by Roger Bannister, who was the first individual to break the 4-minute mile on May 6, 1954. It's funny how we work as human beings. We have to see somebody do something first, and then we attempt to do it. A lot of the times we don't take that initiative, again, because we've been conditioned to move forward and to better ourselves so that way we can overcome the hurdles in our life. But here, the illustration that I use, Roger Bannister, when he broke the 4-minute mile, I want to point out one thing. This happened in 1954. And as human beings, like I stated before, once we see one person can do it, then it repeats itself and another person does it. John Landy did the same event or broke the 4-minute mile as well on June 21st, 1954, ironically in the same year. Now, this is a good illustration of showing you how we have to sometimes see people succeed first and then implement those strategies. The good thing about that, though, is that by watching the tools and tricks that others use in their lives for whatever endeavor they're trying to do, whether it's business or losing weight or anything of that sort, we can look at those strategies and implement them for ourselves. Because what that does is it helps alleviate taking decades and putting them into days. So therefore we can get to our success a lot faster. If you're going to implement something, you need to create a strategy. So what strategy are you implementing for 2019? I want to go over some things that I've decided to incorporate for myself in 2019 that I believe will be helpful to you guys, whatever you're trying to do. I would break up the year in 90-day increments. The reason why I say that is because many a times we take this New Year's resolution and we do it throughout the year, and by May or April, whatever the month may be for you, you're back doing the same thing, going back to the wagon wheel, doing the same thing and not getting any success. So I decided to take this year a little differently and break it up into 90-day increments. So whether you're trying to increase your business and tell yourself, hey, I want more clientele, you can say within these first 90 days, January through March 31st, you tell yourself, I want to acquire 2 more clients, or I want to lose 20 pounds, or whatever the case may be. Measure your progress. You want to measure your progress. Go ahead and write things down before and after. Meaning, we'll use the weight analogy. Let's say you wanted to lose 20 pounds within those 90 days. So you write it down, 20 pounds within the 90 days. Don't beat yourself up. Now, let's say that you don't achieve those 20 pounds, but however, you lost 15 pounds in 90 days. Now, keep in mind, you're going forward and you're trying to go in a positive direction to help your business or whatever you're doing. And this example that I'm telling you about is about losing weight. So therefore, if you've only lost 15 pounds, but your target was 20 pounds, don't beat yourself up over it. Be glad that you're moving forward. What will be different this year? Things to keep in mind to be different this year, like I stated, is I suggest you break it up into 90-day increments instead of taking the year as the whole year itself, the 365 days. I believe that breaking it up into segments will help you achieve success and also see your success because you can measure your progress. Stay on track. Now we'll use the analogy again of losing weight. If you fall off the bandwagon and you cheat and let's say you were going to have one cheat day, but that week you had 3 cheat days, don't beat yourself up over it. Just go ahead and get back on track. So that way, when you see the 90-day increment come by March 31st in this example, you, let's say, might have lost 12 pounds instead of 20, but at least you went forward. Staying on track is the most important thing. You want to do all these steps so that way you can see yourself in a different light when the next year arises. Find an accountability partner. What that means is find someone you can trust, someone you're close with, and tell them what your objectives are for these 90 days. Tell them, hey, I'm trying to acquire 2 clients within 90 days, or I'm trying to lose 20 pounds, whatever it may be. And I would call that an accountability partner at least at a minimum twice or one time every 2 weeks. So that way they can ask you, hey, last time we spoke, you talked about losing 20 pounds. How's that going? You talked about acquiring 2 clients. How's that going? So that way they can help you keep on track. Having an accountability partner can help you. Now, this chit chat shouldn't be more than 5 or 10 minutes. That tops 15. It's not about the latest trends or anything like that. You want to try to move forward in whatever your endeavor is for 2019. Stick to it even if you're off track. Like I stated before, let's say you fall off the beaten path, and like I will use clients as an example. You wanted to acquire 2 clients in 2019, however, in the first quarter, but you only ended up with one. Now, mind you, 1 is better than none, so you are moving forward. So keep that in mind when you're trying to acquire clients and whatever endeavor you're trying to do as you implement your strategy for 2019. I thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and please don't forget to subscribe so every time I make these videos, you'll be notified immediately. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next video.